Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we're going to be reviewing episode 5 of The Web Planet. This is my first time watching The Web Planet, and one of my subscribers sent this to me. I can't remember who right off. It's probably either Unknown or Flyattractor. They both sent multiple things, but I do want to say thank you to who sent it to me. It is one I've wanted to see, and I have to say, episode 5 has been my favorite so far by a country mile. My episode 4 review was not very kind to that episode or the serial as a whole. But episode 5, I actually enjoyed for the most part. I was actually engaged with it as I was watching it. I don't really care for the parts with Ian, just because I don't like that particular creature design with the creatures he's with right now. And the one that talks the most has this weird talking voice that gets on my nerves. And the way they jump and hop around, and their outfits look goofy, even by Classic Who standards. So I don't really like those parts, but they don't go on for too long, so it doesn't really put me off. I think one of the reasons I like part 5 is there's not a lot of the Zarbi around, so they're not making that little communicating noise they make, that stuff that, you know, in the first 4 episodes, it does it all the time. Like, you constantly hear that noise, and it's so grating. There's not much of it in this episode. A little at the end, that's about it. So I like not having that in there. It has a couple really nice shots, camera work shots that look really good. Like, there's one at the end, right when the Moth people and Barbara are walking, and Barbara's like, all right, we're going to give the doctor time to get to the command center. And right before they walked into the shot, you could see like the black sky, the stars, and like a moon. That was a really nice camera shot, even if the camera has that slightly blurry look. Not bad, not as bad as it normally does. It has a slight haze to it, but not bad. It's still a nice camera shot. The Vaseline camera problem isn't as prevalent here. It does happen, but not as much, I think, because it tends to happen more on outside shots than when they're inside. And they spend a lot of time inside. I like how Vicky saves the doctor at one point, because her little metal thing's the one they've sabotaged while the doctor has a regular one on him. So she, when none of the Zarbi are looking, she takes his off and snaps him out of the little hypnosis. And working together, you know, they managed to trap one of the ants, one of the Zarbi, and basically have the Zarbi lead the Zarbi around. And thankfully, when the Zarbi's hypnotized, it's not making those annoying noises. I enjoyed that. Kind of reminded me of the little ant they had in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I think they just call him Auntie. I don't know why, but it made me think of Auntie. I enjoyed that. I like the scenes with Barbara and the Moth people. Toward the beginning, when they're talking about plans and how they were going to stop the giant creature at the center of the planet that's the cause of all the problems. The one that I'm convinced is still a giant spider, personally. When they talk about that, I really enjoyed that scene. I've enjoyed, even in episode 4 and in episode 5, I've enjoyed the scenes with Barbara and the Moth people. I don't know why. It just feels like it's really driving the story. And then, of course, I love when Barbara's going over her plan, and that's when the doctor shows up, and it's nice having the doctor meet up with Barbara. Jacqueline's doing a great job in this story, as is all of the main cast, honestly. But Hartnell is just amazing in this story. If somebody asked me what's the best thing about the Web Planet, I'm going to say William Hartnell. Because Hartnell, I am loving him as the first Doctor here. As I've talked about in other reviews, he's just so in control of the situation. He doesn't seem lost. He doesn't seem like he doesn't know how to proceed. He doesn't seem confused. He's constantly making up plans and ideas and adapting. Like, he likes Barbara's plans and makes a couple alterations with it. And his performance, his acting performance is just phenomenal in this story. I really actually enjoyed part 5 a lot. It's not like masterpiece or anything, but it's easily the best episode of the story so far. Easily. Where I actually found it enjoyable, to where I'm actually looking forward to watching part 6, the final part now, whereas I had been going from episode to episode of this story just kind of dreading it, especially after episode 3 and episode 4. I almost just put it up for a while. But I don't know, I had it in the I had it in the Xbox. I said, well, I'll go ahead and watch episode 5. I don't have much going on today. And I found myself really enjoying it because a lot of the irksome things about the story aren't present here. The zombie noise, the blurry cameras, not nearly as bad in this one. A lot of stuff happened to move the story forward, which I liked. So I can honestly say I found episode 5 quite enjoyable. I really like the scenes with Barbara and the Mothman. I really like Hartnell, and I'm glad Hartnell had met back up with Barbara. I wasn't quite sure what's going on with Ian. Like the one of the creatures with him died to plug a hole or something. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of zoning out there. I don't really like what's going on with that side of the story. And she like plugged it with her head so no one else would die, or so they still have to meet up with Ian. It looks like they're gonna start digging upwards or something. And then of course the cliffhanger was really good. I have to admit I like the cliffhanger when Vicky and the doctor go back to where the Zarbi are. And that little thing shoots them and basically covers them in webs like a spider would do. I'm convinced this thing's a spider. And you just see the cliffhanger of Vicky and the doctor covered with the webs, kind of immobilized. That's a really cool cliffhanger. I'm going to give it that. This is definitely, if I had to pick one episode that's actually impressed me in this story, it's this one. I actually can say I liked episode 5 overall. It's very enjoyable. Kind of a 180 from episodes 3 and 4. To the point where I'm looking forward to seeing episode 6 and being able to conclude the story. So I want to know what you think of episode 5, which is called Invasion. A lot of invasions in Classic Who. A lot of episode and story titles with invasion in Classic Doctor Who. So comment down below and let me know. Also, don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button. That helps me out. Helps me grow the channel and helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. I also have a Patreon if you like what I do and like to contribute to what I do. There's a link to that down in the description below if you'll take a moment and check that out. I have a P.O. box as well down there if there's anything you would like to send me, as well as a link to my Amazon wish list, which I update regularly. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.